Hey y'all, this sucker is, hey Thomas, hey bud, how you doing? Every time I try to do this, the screen's different on there, but I think I got you up there now. I see you in here. Man, you've been doing a lot of cleaning up around your place, weed eating, and got Rocky put out where he needs to be. Well, what's new, we just got all the hay moved today that we baled the last video, and had it recorded and nothing recorded. That's why I'm doing a live. I want to try to keep putting stuff on here for y'all to see. We moved it, and our swimming pool's messed up, or my wife's swimming pool. We've been, that sucker is so aggravating. Told her the best thing to do is back the tractor through it. Oh, you ain't moved him. You was working on the thing. Yeah, that's our swimming pool is aggravating. We had a bunch of chickens a while back, and we moved over to my wife's home place. We haven't been able to get any more back over here. Yankee in the South. There you go, buddy. I haven't seen you on none of our lives yet. We're just figuring this stuff out, and I know I'm ready to meet you and carry you to that racetrack. They're racing this coming Saturday night. They'll be racing there. But yeah, we done with the first cutting. The weather was real wet. Now everything's real dry. I'm gonna try to put nitrogen out tomorrow on that last hayfield that we cut. Maybe we'll get a little rain on it so it'll go. And my family trip videos that we've been putting out, the one I'm gonna release, I might drop it tonight. It's actually got Cades Cove in it. Yeah, this live is so different. Trying to figure out how to look, and then somebody says something, and I'll quit talking and read and jump subjects. But yeah, the next one's on Cades Cove. Man, I really like that place. That's how that cabin we built was kind of copying them a little, but we just don't have the skills that them carpenters had way back, or the patience. We don't have the patience for it. We're gonna try to, and the golf cart we was working on, adjusting the valves helped it a lot. We're gonna put adjusted the carburetor and put new plugs in it. I actually ordered a new carburetor for it. That should be in the next day or so, and we're gonna put it on. Cause man, that golf cart is so handy. Running around the farm, you know, just jump on, mash the gas, it cranks, goes, and when you hop off, it stops. Yeah, it's hard to get used to, especially for an old country boy like me. I like talking though. I like talking to people. Just don't know about talking to them like this, but I like talking to them face to face. It ain't buffering or nothing. A couple times I tried this, it was cutting in and out real bad. So thinking about buying us another tractor. Thinking about you need to try one. Try your live stream. See how different it is when you in front of the camera trying to do it as you go. There ain't no editing. Just spit it out and see what they say. But yeah, we're thinking about. Yeah, it is hot here. Hey, welcome, Elm Custom Harvesting. Yeah, it's hot here. I don't know how hot it is. I'm in the shade behind my shop, but it's hot. It's been hot. It's been a hot year so far. We're thinking about getting us like a 100-horse tractor. so we can be a little more efficient. But man, I hate to pay for one. Unless all y'all guys want to pitch in and help cover that 100 horse, I might have to stick with the old 574. Thinking about doing some corn next year for some silage to feed the cows and stuff, because we buy a bunch of feed now. You don't see much tobacco on the internet, and there's a lot of tobacco around here where I'm at. You don't see much on the internet about it. That's where I was raised. My family farmed tobacco up until the late 80s. Yeah, they farmed tobacco up until the late 80s, and then they quit farming. And my son actually talked me into getting back into it. Hardest work I've ever done, but I don't feel like it. I reckon when you enjoy doing something, it's a little different than working a job you don't enjoy. We got to do some square bells here too, and a custom job for a guy. You talking about work? A lot of people dislike tobacco. There's a lot of negative stuff about it now, and it's hard to know what's real and what's just the news media. It's fed a bunch of families though. PA 41. I'm not up on it now at all. I'll look though when I quit tonight. I'll look and see what that is, what the deal is with it. But tobacco's fed a bunch of families. I know they say it's killed a bunch. Connecticut, Maryland 609. Where are you out of, Elm Custom Harvesting? I'm trying to I got a list hanging right there on my camera, so I can try to see what I want to talk about for sure. Yeah, what I was saying, we want to try to do some corn to do silage for our cows next year, maybe. We're in the process of getting some land lined up now to do some row crops on. Farm All Fanatic. Man, you're the first one to watch every one of my videos, buddy, and I sure do appreciate it. I don't know how you be the first one every time, but you do. And I sure do appreciate it. I was telling these guys we thinking about doing some silage next year for our cows. We don't have nothing. We got to get the equipment to grind it and stuff with, or chop it, whatever it's called, because it gets expensive buying feed for the cows. And I can't stand for my cows not to be fat. If I go by and see they're not fat, then I'm spending money, a bunch of money trying to fatten them up. If we have our own, maybe a dollar saved is the same as a dollar earned, the way I look at it. Y'all got any suggestions on, we're thinking about getting about 100 horse tractor. Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. Yeah, we're thinking about getting like 100 horse tractor. What would y'all suggest? You know, as far as that. Farming Life channel. Hey, I'm a red guy too, bud. I like red. But if I can find green that's affordable and fit into so we can make it happen, I might have to have a green toy on the channel. I just didn't know. I mean, I see a bunch of them little knockoff tractors and Chinese tractors, and I'm a green guy, John Deere 4250 power shift. What would that cost if you had to guess? That 4250 John Deere with the power shift. It started out as wet this year, and now it's turned real dry. The hay's slowed right up. We've got some that we need to start cutting on. Might start Wednesday or Thursday, put some second cutting on the ground. We just about got enough baled up now for our cows. They towed us through the window. Look for a nice 966, 1086. Alright, I see them farm off. My father-in-law's got a 1086 that he don't even use. I'm trying to talk him out of it, actually. My father-in-law was the one, the other 574 that y'all see on the channel with us haying. He stripped that tractor down all the way, sandblasted it, and I painted it for him probably about 7 years ago. But now he don't want to scratch it. It's hard to use it. Yeah, once you paint them up, like I said, we painted his, and now he don't want to scratch it, and scared if we use it. I don't want to scratch it up for him to be upset with me. That 464 that we use tearing and raking, that tractor was actually flooded. Last year we had a hurricane, and that tractor was underwater to the lights on the fenders. And we drained it and put diesel fuel in it. And it flushed it several times, and it seems to be still running good. Max, hush. That's one of my second video I think that was ever posted was about a beagle puppy. My brother-in-law had raises beagles, and he was on vacation, and the mama was having puppies and died, and we found them and was only able to save one of them, and that was him. We raised him on a bottle, and now he is something else. He barks at anything. If you feed the proteins, the soybeans, don't you have to roast them or something before you feed them, like the cows? Or can you just mill them and feed them? I thought I heard somebody say you had to. Yeah, my son's been messing with him on squirrels, getting him to trail and tree squirrels. The only thing I know he's good for is barking. He's a real good barker. So if you do the soybeans for the cows, you have to roast them or whatever, but for hogs you don't have to. Is that what I'm reading on there? Yeah, dog's barking on me. Okay. Thank you, Farmer. That's what I had heard. We've got a local guy here that does a right good bit of, he's got a little feed mill behind his house, and he makes feed. We get some from him. But when the price of all the other stuff is so high, and he has to buy it to mill it, then you're still paying a lot of money for the feed. And any of y'all got any suggestions on a 4-basket tedder? Is there any of them that's better than others? Or any that y'all would recommend over the other ones? Roast them and grind it. Got it. Yeah, we're thinking about getting a bigger tedder too. That's the slowest step that we do now, is teddering the hay. Because we only have that 2-basket. We're working about 70 acres this year. We done about 120 last year of hay. And that was just a little bit too much without having some help, hired help. And we don't want to hire help if we can't afford to keep help all year. 'Cause if I hire somebody, I want to be able to keep them there all year. I will farm all. I'll ask Brad and John Stevens. I'm fixing to take my tractor and back it to the side of that pool. As aggravating as that pool's been today. That's why I'm so sweaty now. Working on a swimming pool, not for moving the calves or the hay. John Stevens Maple Grove Farm. Alright, that'll be on here and I can go back and find that. You got a lot of deer that be on your place farm all that you be showing on the Wildlife Wednesdays. We've got a few deer. Don't look like we got near as many as you be having. My son hunts some. I'm not into the hunting. I used to hunt and now I don't have time to sit that long, other than on Saturdays I make time. You won't believe it. My cousin's a big bow hunter. I hear you talking about bows. My cousin loves to bow hunt. The way he talks about it is addictive. Trying to see here. 15 out the other. They don't eat your crops completely up. Like your sweet corn, it seems like they would tear it up and you wouldn't have none left for you. Yeah, I like to see that bow video. My son, he hunts over at where y'all saw the cabin at. He hunts behind that cabin. And in front of the cabin, we got a hay field. And there's the deer bees over there a good bit. And in front of the cabin, the hay field, he hunts over there, but there was an 8-point that wouldn't come close enough to him. So I took the tractor and moved round bells and put them together and made him a hole to get in between the round bells, and he was able to get him a couple years ago. I tried duck hunting a time or two. I could shoot at them good, I just couldn't hit them at all. It was fun though. Duck hunting was real fun. I liked it because it didn't last long. You go hunting, get there, and an hour you was on the way back eating breakfast. I think I lost all my patience as I grew up or got a little older. My patience got thin. As far as sitting somewhere now, I'll be thinking about, man, I could go do this, or the calves need moving, or something. I'll steady be thinking, my brain be going wide open on other stuff. I still like to watch them. I'll drive the truck to the hayfields right at dark and look across them and see, just look what I see and watch them. Then my son, he'll be putting cameras out and going and get them. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Holy mercy, I just had something I wanted to say. I lost it. Whatever I had, it went right over my head. Alright, fellas. I'm about out of it. I don't know what else to say unless I see something. I'm gonna go if you free go to PUSA Studios and you'll get lots of support. Most of it. Alright. Well, I was fixing to say I don't think I'm going to shut this down. If I'll go ahead and shut this down, and I might go right on over there and see what I can get interest in. But I sure do appreciate y'all guys watching and commenting and chatting back and forth with me, and we'll try to. You think I could hit 100 tonight? But it's been hard to get to the 70 or 80, whatever we at, I'm telling you. Well, I say hard. I mean, I really enjoy doing it, though. I enjoy showing what we do, and I enjoy it doing it with the old stuff that we do. It makes you feel good when you're able to accomplish something without spending tons of money. Because we don't have tons of money to spend. But damn. Anytime I can. I sure do appreciate it, fellas. Like I said, it makes it feel like there is people that want to see it, and the number count's going up for the views and stuff, and it's steady getting more like each day seems like. It's just amazing there's people that want to see that kind of stuff. But I'm glad there is people or this kind of stuff. Alright. Tell them that Farmall sent you. Alright, fellas. I'm going to shut it down. I sure appreciate it. And I'm going to head over to the other channel and see what they got going on. I tell them Farmall Fanatic sent me. Y'all have a good night.